Guidance to Islam can come to anyone, at any time, and in any place. One such example is party queen Nicole Queen, who was once deeply involved in the glamour of nightlife. Now, with the permission of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, she has embraced Islam by reciting the shahada and becoming a Muslim. Nicole Queen, an American woman known as the party queen, once lived a life of luxury in the dazzling nightlife. As a celebrity photographer, she was accustomed to being in elite social circles, partying in exclusive clubs, and mingling with celebrities and famous personalities. Alcohol, music, and a glamorous lifestyle were part of her daily routine. However, who would have thought that behind all the luxury, her heart felt an inexplicable emptiness? Nicole wasn't just enjoying the nightlife, she was completely immersed in it. As a photographer working in prestigious nightclubs, she witnessed endless partying, hedonism, and a carefree lifestyle. Money was never an issue for her. She had everything: luxurious clothes, access to exclusive places, and a vast social network. However, the deeper she delved into that world, the stronger the emptiness gnawed at her heart. She began to question, is this the purpose of life? Can true happiness really be found in these parties? On one hand, she tried to mask her emptiness with a social life full of temporary pleasures. But on the other hand, she felt that something was missing. She longed to find something more meaningful, something that could fill the void in her soul. One day, fate led her to meet a group of Muslims. At first, she was skeptical of them, given how negatively Islam was portrayed in Western media. However, there was something different about them: their calmness, peace, and the way they treated others with deep respect. As she spoke with them, her curiosity grew, and she began asking questions about Islam. She learned about the concept of submission to one God, the importance of living a meaningful life, and the beauty of Islamic teachings that emphasize compassion and peace. The turning point came when she heard the recitation of the Quran for the first time. Its sound touched her heart so deeply, as if there was an unseen force drawing her in. She felt as though God was speaking directly to her. After returning from that meeting, Nicole couldn't stop thinking about what she had experienced. She began to explore Islam more deeply, reading Islamic books, watching videos about other converts, and even secretly visiting a mosque to observe how Muslims worship. However, this journey was not easy. Fear crept in. What if her friends found out? What if her family rejected her? What if she lost everything she had built? But the more she learned, the more she realized that she had been searching for something that Islam had already provided. She couldn't ignore the call any longer. Finally, with a trembling heart, Nicole Queen recited the 2 shahada statements. Tears streamed down her face. She felt a peace she had never experienced in her entire life. The emptiness that once tormented her heart was now replaced by the light of faith. Nicole's decision to embrace Islam was not the end of her journey, but the beginning of great trials. She lost many friends, and even her family initially opposed her decision. The nightlife that once played a major role in her life had to be left behind. She began dressing more modestly, stopped drinking alcohol, and distanced herself from a lifestyle that contradicted Islamic teachings. However, the hardest test was facing a world that viewed her with suspicion simply because she chose Islam. She often received strange looks on the street, was questioned about why she wore the hijab, and even faced negative comments from people who were once close to her. But she remained steadfast. To her, Islam was the greatest gift in her life, and she would never trade it for anything. Over time, Nicole Queen not only adapted to her new life as a Muslim, but also began sharing her story with the world. She wanted to show that Islam was not a restrictive religion, but one that brought true peace and happiness. She became actively involved in various platforms, sharing her experiences as a convert and helping others who were struggling with the same inner conflicts she once faced. Today, Nicole Queen is no longer the party queen, but a proud Muslim woman who embraces her faith wholeheartedly. Her spiritual journey is proof that guidance can come to anyone, at any time, and in any place, even in the midst of the dazzling yet dark world of nightlife. May her story inspire many who are still searching for the light in their lives.
праздником вас! С Днем Великой Победы! Ура!
When hearing the name Russia, most people might immediately think of a formidable military power, significant geopolitical influence, and a firmness that makes it feared by many countries, especially in Europe and the United States. As the largest country in the world by land area and one of the global powers, Russia indeed plays an important role in various aspects of the modern world. However, behind that image, there is one interesting fact that is rarely highlighted. Russia is also home to millions of Muslims, making it one of the countries with the largest Muslim population in Europe. Islam is not new to Russia. This religion has been a part of the country's history for centuries and continues to grow to this day. The role of Islam in Russia has grown stronger in recent decades, as seen in the increasing number of mosques, madrasas, and government support for the Muslim community. In fact, Russia is now known as a country that hosts one of the largest iftar gatherings in the world, attended by more than 12,000 Muslims. Even more interesting, Russian President Vladimir Putin often expresses a positive attitude toward Islam. In several of his speeches, he has even quoted verses from the Quran, demonstrating that Islam in Russia is not just a minority, but an essential part of the country's social and cultural life. So what is life like for Muslims in Russia? How are Ramadan and Eid al-Fitr celebrated in a country where the majority of the population is not Muslim? Watch the full video below. Russia is the largest country in the world, covering an area of approximately 17 million square kilometers, stretching from Eastern Europe to Northern Asia. The country spans 11 time zones and has a population of around 140 million people. Beyond its impressive landmass, Russia is also known for its rich culture and diversity. One of the key aspects of this diversity is the presence of a significant Muslim community. Islam is the second largest religion in the country after Christianity. By 2025, it is estimated that there will be around 20 million Muslims in Russia. Islam has been an integral part of life in Russia for centuries and serves as an important pillar in the country's cultural diversity and history. This diversity not only enriches the culture, but also strengthens interfaith relations and unity within society. The Muslim community in Russia has contributed to various fields, including art, music, literature, politics, and the economy. Currently, the Russian government, under the leadership of President Vladimir Putin, has a complex approach toward the Muslim community. On one hand, Islam is recognized as one of Russia's traditional religions and is considered part of the country's historical heritage. The Russian government has provided subsidies for the construction of mosques and Islamic educational institutions, as well as encouraged immigration from former Soviet countries with predominantly Muslim populations. President Vladimir Putin has a generally positive view of the Muslim community in Russia. On several occasions, he has praised the contributions of Muslims in strengthening Russia's unity and resilience. He also acknowledges that Muslims are a natural and organic part of Russian society, and their contributions are crucial in maintaining national unity and harmony. It is no surprise that many Muslims in Russia feel safe and comfortable under his leadership. On multiple occasions, President Putin has even quoted verses from the Quran in his speeches, as shown in the following video.
Находясь здесь, в Турции, в стране с преимущественным мусульманским населением, не могу не вспомнить строки из священного Корана, где сказано: «Вспомните милость Аллаха. Вы когда-то были врагами, Аллах примирил ваши сердца и сделал вас братьями». Вот я думаю, что исходить нужно как раз из этого.
In Russia, Muslim communities are widely spread across cities like Moscow, St. Petersburg, and Kazan, as well as various regions of the Russian Federation, including Karachay-Cherkessia, Kabardino-Balkaria, Bashkortostan, Tatarstan, Ingushetia, Dagestan, and the Chechen Republic. However, the most dominant Muslim populations are found in Chechnya and Dagestan. In Chechnya, the majority of the population is Muslim, with around 1.5 million people. Meanwhile, Dagestan also has a very large Muslim population. The majority of its residents are Sunni Muslims who follow the Hanafi school of thought. Nearly 100% of the population in this region is Muslim. Across Russia, there are more than 3,000 madrasas spread throughout various regions. These madrasas play a crucial role in religious education, teaching, and nurturing young Quran memorizers among Russia's Muslim youth. In addition to madrasas, mosques are also found throughout Russia, both in major cities and rural areas. The number of mosques in Russia has grown significantly over the past few decades. Currently, there are more than 7,000 mosques across the country. This increase reflects the revival of Islam in Russia following the collapse of the Soviet Union. Some of the most famous mosques in Russia include Moscow Cathedral Mosque. Located in Moscow, the capital of Russia, this mosque can accommodate up to 10,000 worshippers. Kul Sharif Mosque. Situated in Kazan, Tatarstan, this mosque features 6 minarets, each standing 55 meters tall. Prophet Muhammad Mosque, the largest mosque in Russia, located in the city of Shali, Chechnya. It was inaugurated by President Vladimir Putin on August 2, 2019, and can hold more than 30,000 worshippers. This grand mosque features high-quality marble, the same material used in Masjid al-Haram in Mecca. Blue Mosque, Sukarno Mosque. Also known as the Sukarno Mosque, it is located in St. Petersburg. This mosque has a strong historical connection with Indonesia, especially with the first president of Indonesia, Sukarno. In 1956, during a bilateral visit to Russia, President Sukarno visited the city of St. Petersburg and saw a blue dome building, which turned out to be a mosque. At that time, the mosque had been repurposed as a warehouse by the Soviet government. Seeing this, President Sukarno requested the Soviet leader to restore the mosque to its original function as a place of worship. His request was granted, and since then, the mosque has been known as the Sukarno Mosque by the local community. This mosque was built using blue and turquoise granite and has 3 floors that can accommodate up to 7,000 worshippers. Today, it has become a popular religious tourism destination for the Indonesian diaspora and travelers visiting St. Petersburg, Russia. These mosques become especially active and bustling during the holy month of Ramadan. Ramadan atmosphere in Russia. The atmosphere of Ramadan in Russia has its own uniqueness. Although Russia is known for its cold climate, Muslims there observe the holy month with great enthusiasm. Fasting in Russia lasts for quite a long duration, more than 18 hours each day. Despite this challenge, they continue their fast with patience and sincerity. During the holy month of Ramadan, mosques in Russia become centers for religious and social activities. Many Muslims from different parts of the city gather to pray and attend religious lectures. Additionally, various charitable activities take place, such as providing iftar meals at mosques, collecting donations for orphans and the underprivileged. Ramadan also brings changes to the daily lives of Russian Muslims. They focus more on spiritual growth, self-reflection, and increasing their worship and charity. One of the most anticipated traditions is the Ramadan Bazaar and communal iftar. Ramadan bazaars in Russia are usually held around major mosques and Muslim communities. These bazaars offer a variety of food, beverages, and religious items, such as Islamic books, prayer mats, perfumes, and Islamic souvenirs. Communal iftar, breaking fast together, is one of the most anticipated events during Ramadan. Amazingly, Russia hosts one of the largest iftar gatherings in the world, attended by over 12,000 Muslims. This tradition is eagerly awaited by the Muslim community across various regions in Russia. The atmosphere of togetherness and warmth during these gatherings reflects the strong solidarity among Muslims in a country where the majority of the population is non-Muslim. Every mosque and Muslim community in Russia actively prepares iftar meals for worshippers. The iftar menu typically includes traditional Russian and Middle Eastern dishes such as soups, pilaf rice, kebabs, and various types of bread. While waiting for iftar, mosques also hold religious lectures and Islamic studies. After breaking their fast, Muslims perform Maghrib, Isha, and Taraweeh prayers. Throughout the holy month, Taraweeh prayers are held every night until the end of Ramadan. Eid al-Fitr atmosphere in Russia. After Ramadan ends, the chants of takbir echo in mosques across Russia, marking the arrival of Eid al-Fitr. Muslims in Russia gather at large mosques or open fields to perform the Eid prayer. After the prayer, an Eid sermon is delivered, emphasizing messages of togetherness, kindness, and forgiveness. Following the Eid prayer, Muslims visit family, neighbors, and friends to exchange greetings and seek forgiveness. The atmosphere of Eid in Russia is filled with warmth and unity, making it a joyful and meaningful celebration. Amid Russia's image as a firm and influential global power, Islam continues to flourish and has become an important part of its society. With a growing Muslim population, support for mosque and madrasa development, and increasingly active religious activities, Islam in Russia is experiencing a remarkable revival. The holy month of Ramadan and the Eid al-Fitr celebration are special moments for Muslims in Russia. Despite challenges such as long fasting hours and cold weather, their spirit in worship remains strong. From grand mosques to one of the largest communal iftars in the world, the togetherness and spiritual strength of Russia's Muslim community continue to enrich the country's cultural diversity. With all its dynamics, Islam in Russia proves that even as a minority, Muslims can still preserve their identity and traditions. Government support, interfaith harmony, and the strong spirit of the Muslim community play a crucial role in ensuring the continuity of Islam in the land of the Red Bear. The journey of Islam in Russia is far from over, and the future looks even brighter for its Muslim community. Ramadan, Eid al-Fitr, and other Islamic traditions will continue to be symbols of unity, resilience, and faith amidst Russia's vast and diverse landscape.